Hello, Professor. This is Yuhua and Junhao, and we are doing the presentation for the part 3 of the project. This presentation contains two parts. I will take care of the first part, which is to do the demo presentation to go through all the required functions in the part 3. And Junhao will take care of the second part, which he will give give the brief introduction about the new features, the new functions, the SQL statement that we wrote for the part 3. So let's jump into the first part. So you can see from the page, now here is the root user page. Usually you just need to, when you open the localhost, like here, localhost database, here has the login, the database index page. You just need to either log in and use the pass, choose the root, type in root and pass 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can just get into this page. So yeah, we can just do it here. Pass 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just getting here, right? So we don't need that. So in the root user page, they list all the functions, all the buttons that the root user can use. We know the part 3 mainly focus on the root user's functionalities, so we just need to go over one by one here. The initialize function we already implemented in the part 1, so I don't want to repeat it again. And for the leaderboard, we can just go to see the leaderboard here. The leaderboard was list all the contestants based on their and rank them based on their reward balance. So right now you can see when we were doing the projects, we also made some text sample to make sure that our functions works properly. So that's why this contestant has such a huge reward balance. And if we just manually change this one, like to be I don't know, to be maybe this one to be, let's try. So we can see here from update contestant set, no X contestant set. Let's go to table here. The reward balance to be equal to 7 where login ID to be okay. So you can take a look here. So at first, we just need to check out see here, and except the first one, others have the balance with 0. And then if we ask you this one, and then run it again, we see here have this user have $1,000 reverse. So if we back to see the top project, not top project, the leaderboard here, this one will be refreshed, and this one will come. This contestant will jump to the second place, right? This is the page for the leaderboard. And then if we will see here for the big sponsors, the big sponsors require to pick out all the sponsors that have the most number of contests that spawned. And if there's something like they'll have 2 or 3 or multiple sponsors have the same number of the maximum value, they will come together. So in our text, we have totally 6 contests, and this sponsor have already occupied 4 contests. That's why it was the big sponsor. And so if we at the beginning we have 10 sponsors and 3 contests. And the 3 contests at the beginning, right? At the beginning, the 3 contests were sponsored by 3 different sponsors. And when we do the text, the big sponsor page shows those 3 sponsors in here. So we go back to the look page, and we can see the top judges. So the top judges here, we can see here. So right now, all the judges have the same number of reviews scored. That's because we haven't do any we haven't have any sponsors do the review for the judges. And so in that case, we can do that later for text, or we can see here for contest. We do have one past contest. That means we are allowed to allow the sponsors to do the review for the judge. So let's go over here first. And the next one will be the best contestant. That means the contestant earned the most rewards. As we can see from the leaderboard, we have one contestant earned like $800. So that will be definitely the person. Yeah. We can just go back to see here and see have the leaderboard. They are the same person here. Okay. So after this part, let's go back to here, and we don't need this page. We'll just go back. Yeah. We don't need this one. So for that part, the next one will be the common contest. The common test will require that when given two contestants, X and Y, which are specific by the user with two drop-down menu lists, we need to list the common contests that both of them have participated. Right. So for this one, we can see here this one have participated more than one. And for I don't remember, we can just go over here the initial function. For the initial function, we assign initial nice function here. Okay, so we have this participate. The first one will be this one, the W, not the sponsor, the contestant W1. This person 07C7. This one participate. Okay, we can just find this one 6808. So WBG1. So the second one WGB1, they will have this common contest together one here. And then if we just make a different selection, we can just see this one and this person, because in our setting, this person doesn't participate any contest. That's we are setting for the Sleepy contestants. So here we can say there's no any roles here because they don't have any common contest. So back to here, we can see the Sleepy contestant. Yeah, that guy that didn't participate in any contest. We can also search from the contest participate, where the participate this person, this one, and the participator will be equal to this statement. So there's 0 results here. Okay, and the next one will be the busy judge. The busy judge required to list the judges that are the judge that for every past contest so far. So we do have only one past contest, and we assigned 5 judges for that contest. Therefore, so here we have for the judge we have 5 rows for that 5 judges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's what we expect to see, right? And then we in our data we have in our setting we have a total of 10 sponsors, and the rest 5 sponsors doesn't be selected to be the sponsor, the judge. So therefore they are not showing here. And then the next one will be the tough contest. List the past contests that have at least 10 have less than 10 contestants. We do have only one past contest and only one contestant. So that's why we have just one row here. The past part 3, contest part 3. We can also see from here the contestant, the contest. Okay, the contest. Yeah, the contest part 3. Yeah, it's already passed. And for the rest, they are closed or open, but they are no pass. So they are not in the range. And the last one will be the copy case. No, the last one. We all have one with a copy case. Given a contestant X, find out those Y that participate exactly those contests, then the X participate. So they have the total, the did absolute, they have the 100% participate contest. So we can just go here and select one, be this person. So as we said before, this person participated more contests than other person because it was our sample. So we don't get any results here because the other person doesn't have the same number as it is. And then so what we're gonna do here is to try another person is this lazy guy. So he doesn't have any the copycats either because he doesn't participate any. So what I'm gonna do here, we can try to see the for back to our this initialize function, we have this one, and they have like this one. This is the first person to join DJA8. DJA8. Okay, so based on our initial function here, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 same exclude itself. You have four person also participate in the contest, but one of them is the lead, the one in the top of the leaderboard. So that one we say he have participated more contests than other person, so we should be expect to see 3 rows here. Oh yeah, this one also include because he also participates exactly those contests that X no more or no less. Oh, that's funny. So there's an error here because this one is more, right? The copy one. So there should be an error. We should fix it. Okay, so we can go back to see the right.
Yeah.
Can see the copy. Okay, just to see. Okay, so we supposed to see 3 rows here, but we just see 4 rows when we just submit when we just test the function. We realized the error was caused by the SQL statement, and we updated to using this one. So we try to figure out. I will explain this one, so Junhua doesn't need to explain later because we just update our SQL statement. So the first one we would like to use use the participate table to join itself, so we can figure out we can figure out all the contestants that have at least one common contest as the given contestant. So here we can figure out all the like if we say the first tab, the view here, tab 1 is to figure out all the contestants that have at least one contest that the given contestant have participated. And then we try to figure out the tab 2. This view is to figure out all the contestants, the number of the contests that the contestant participating. And the third part is we would like to figure out the contestants that have the exact same number as the given contestant, and also have at least one contest the same as the given contestant. So in that case, we just need to join. I changed my code here, so we can just go back to see the statement here. No, this one. Let's go back to the function. So the function here is file-wise. The query what we did here is we just would like to join the table, join those three views, and then we just would like to make sure that the contestant, we are talking about the same person, and this person have exactly the same number contests, participate the number of contests as the given contestant. There's no more less, no more or no less. So after this command, after executing this SQL statement, we are able to figure out, we are able to find those bytes we are looking for. We can also see from the initial function here for this contestant, you only participate in one contest actually. Participate in one contest, FF4 here, and the other three here, 1, 2, 3, 4, those four contestants also participate in the contest. However, as we mentioned, this one has participated more than one contest, so it will not be appeared here. So this is the function and the text for the copy case. And the last one will be the statistic to show all the numbers. So we can see here we have 10 sponsors, 10 judges, 10 contestants, and 6 contests. And this is the number of sponsor fee and the number of judge reward and the number of judge. Here is the typing error, should not the judge, should not be the contestant reward. Yeah, we can just try to update here. This one is not correct, right? Because it should be number of contestant reward. So we need to fix it here. And we can go to see the page. And we can try to find here. Okay. Contestants rewards. Okay, cool. So we set it. So back to the one that we left is the top judge. The top judge is to list all the judge who have the best average score in their reviews. In that case, we can just solve it here. So right now, all the judges none of the judges have got any reviews so far. So we can just go to see if we log in as a sponsor, and we can just, because we have a past contest, we only allow the sponsor to give the review after the contest is closed. So here we say this one is passed, we choose it, and then we click here to review this judge. The reason we choose it because we only have one submission for the contest, and this judge is the person to judge the assignment submission. So I say looks good, and then give a score. Like we can just here have a check look if the review here. Everyone, no, we don't have any rows here, and then if we here like looks good, give you 8. Submit successfully review. Nice. So we can see here, refresh it. We do have one rows here, right? So after that, we can see here that back to the we can just log out. We don't need it anymore. So we can jump back to see here. Here we have the top judges. This one have the highest score, 8 point. Yeah, so that's the introduction. That's the demo presentation for all the functions required. And Junhao will take care of for the second part.
Yes, sure. Thank you for introduced the. It's very good demos, very thoughtful. And one thing I would like to mention before I explain the code. As you can see, we have a lot of buttons to allow us to jump into that page, jump into the previous page. I think that's basically is also a requirement for pass-throughs in our implementation. The users should be able to very easy to jump to another page or go back to the previous page, something like that. Yeah. And let's jump into the code itself and explain. I guess the most important part for the pass-through is the SQL statements. So I would like to start at the SQL first. So first function is big sponsor. So for the big sponsor, basically we use the nest queries and with the group by. I mean, the first query, I would say the first query we should see from here. So basically, is select the sponsor ID from the contact tables and group by the sponsor ID. So for each sponsors, we will have a group, and then you will call the sponsor ID. I mean, basically, from here we got the counting number. I mean, for each sponsor, that means we can know for each sponsor how many contests they sponsor so far. And then we have where kind of like where statements for each group, and say for each group if it is equal to the maximum counting number from the database. I mean, if it equal to the maximum sponsor maximum contest by the sponsors, we will let it show up in the top queries, so that we will have the sponsor information for those sponsor who have, I mean, sponsors probably have the maximum contest, maximum number of contests they sponsor. So in this way, we can also get all of the sponsors who have sponsor maximum number of contests. So basically, it's the SQL for the big sponsor, and the letter of code is kind of really normal. We just get the information from the return resource. And then the second one is the top judge. So for the top judge, this SQL is easier than the previous one, because we just need to, it's very similar. We select all from the judge and group by the judge ID. So because we in the judge table, every column means a judge. So it's kind of, because judge ID is a primary key. So basically, we use the group by, but actually each rows will become a group, and then having the average scores equals the maximum average score from the judge. So basically, in this way, we also get all the judge who have the maximum average scores. So basically, the level codes is also the very normal to get the resource from the resource set. And the next one is the best contestants. Yeah, right here, best contestants. I mean, for best contestants, basically is very similar to the top draft. So do the group by for each row. I mean, or we can say each contestant. So is their reverse balance equal to the maximum balance from the context table. So next one is the common context. Right here. So basically is to it has two subqueries, I would say, or net queries. Basically, this query is to select a contestant ID from the participant and the contestant ID equal to the contestant ID from. I mean, it's basically is to get the contestant ID from the login ID. I mean, because we accept the login ID from M, so we would like to transfer it to get the contest ID first, and then so basically this is to get the contest ID. This also to get another contest ID, and then we would like to so we would like to so basically it's because this C is here, so this whole query is basically to get the kind of like common context for contestant ones and contestant twos. So just like I just as I just said, this to get the contestant IDs from login ID. This is also the same. And then we kind of like we do units or not units intersects for these two sets, and then we get the the intersects of these two for these two contestants, and then we try to get all information from here from this join. So we will have all information for that contest to display to the from end. So the next one is sleepy. For the sleepy contestants, basically, we need to know which contestant have not participated in any contest. So basically, we will need to just know which contestants is not in are not in the participate table. So we will get the results. So next one is the base judges. Base judge, if we definitely need to use the group bias because it's very convenient to get the results. Kind of like we get all the this is select all from the judge where the judge ID in what in these subqueries. This subquery is to get the judge ID from the judge and also join the judge bias on the judge ID. That basically means we get kind of like we join two table together. So for each line in judge bias, it will have the information of the judge. So right now we have the combination of this table and then also join context. So right now we also have the context information into these big queries. And also we define that the contest must be past contest. And then in these BigQueries, we group by the judge ID. So that if in each group, I mean for just basically for each judge, if it is how number of contests they judge equal to equal to the contest, all the contests all the contest, the number of the contests in the contest tables, that means this judge has been judged all the contests. So yeah, that's basically for the basis judge. We get the results for those judges who have participated in every contest, every past contest. And then next is to tough contest. Basically, if we still need to use the group buys. So the very important is right here. I mean, basically select all from the contest where the contest IDs in. I mean, basically we will got the contest who these contests are having less than 10 contestants. So, and also is passed. So we get the information. Basically this is for get the information for that contest, for those contests. So that's basically the 5 tough contests. The most important part is in here. That's the ways we get the contest we want, which is having less than 10 contestants. So the last part is the copy pad. Basically is Firewise. Basically Firewise. I think you have just explained it very well. So I don't I don't want to repeat it again. And then yeah, that's a very interesting part of these presentations. We found the bug. We find the bug. We didn't notice before. That's very interesting because it's kind of like debugging and fix the bugs in the pressure environments. That's very interesting part. We can probably use it in our interviews. And the last part is the get the static. So this part is basically is considering some information, some conditions, because the conditions may not define very clear, but we did consider all the conditions, like for the sponsors, that's very interesting. That's very easy. We just need to get the number of the column from the sponsor, because for sponsor ID is the primary keys, and in the sponsor table we won't have the duplicate rows. And then for the number of charge is also kind of like the sponsor contest also like the sponsor, and the contestant is also. And for the sponsor fee, I mean, basically, in our understanding, I mean, in the question is not very clear if we want the total sponsor fees for the past contest only or all. But we just have our understandings here. We want the sponsor fee for the past contest. And then also for the judge reward, it's only for the past contest because in our designing logics, the judge we only get the rewards after the, or at the same times when the contest becomes passed. So we don't need to specify the schedules when because when the judge has the rewards, that means the contest is passed. And that's also the same thing for the contestant rewards. When the contestant get the rewards, it means the contest they participate is already become past. So that's basically the last SQL statements for pass rate for the loose users. And we also have a lot of other function implementing in the pass rate, because we add a lot of kind of a new features, like we can jump into a different page very easier. That's also our implementation in pass reads. And for another very important one is the review line. That's a very important one for us in the review. Let's see. Yep, right here, insert a new, recall into the review table. Basically, is to insert into the review table when we got the information. And this, at the same time, we need to update the average score for each, for the corresponding judge in the judge table. So basically, we get the, the current first and then do another. Yeah, that's basically that. And as the back end, I mean, it's kind of like the routing functions. We also add some, kind of like as you can see here, after we like this for the contestant, like we submit something, we will have kind of like the tips page, or we call the return page, to let the user know they submit some things. We basically made this returns page for every kind of like post request, because we have those page for sponsor, also for contestant, for judge. After judge submits the score or something, they will get the tips to say they successfully update or something. Yeah, I guess that's basically is our at the end of our presentation of this project. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.